Mark Twain said it best. He said, I've had thousands and thousands of problems in my life, most of which never actually happened. The key distinction is that your mind doesn't make up reality. It makes up stories and interpretations about reality. And what follows is we tend to buy into those stories and interpretations as if they were real, and then we live our lives and bump our heads based on those stories that we created. Does that make any sense? I hope you get this. Your mind doesn't make up reality. It doesn't even see reality, it only sees its reality. It makes up a story about reality, and then we live based on the story, not the reality. You got it, yes or no? Which seems like reality to us. As far as I was concerned, there was a boogeyman there. Yes or yes? But once we realize our mind for what it is and what it isn't, we have a choice. We can choose to live from our what? Our vision, or we can choose to live from our what? Our story. From our what? Story. And your vision is simple: to succeed, to complete, and to enjoy. What are the three things? Succeed, complete, enjoy. Say it again. Succeed, complete, enjoy. And your story is anything that stops you from doing that. Realize two things. Your story is usually based in some form of fear. What's the word? Fear. That's number one. Number two, you created it. And here's the problem. The problem is that at first you hear your story. It kind of bubbles up in your mind as this rationale for what's stopping you and, why you're not moving towards it as fast as you'd like. First, you hear your story. Then, you begin to own your story. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the third stage, where now your story owns you. And you can't tell the difference between the original story and reality, because it now has become real for you, just like my boogeyman was as real could be. Do you understand? Yes or yes? Your story is only real for you. It lives and breathes only in your head. Remember what we said? Nothing has meaning except for the meaning I give it. Let me hear you. Nothing has meaning except for the meaning I give it. Good. Now listen closely. The secret is that the situation or the event that you're in is never the problem. The problem is always going to be your thoughts about the situation. So a good example is, let's say something happens and there's no lunch today. Now, some of you might freak. I cannot believe it. I'm hypoglycemic. I have to eat. I didn't hardly eat any breakfast. I was waiting for this. So the situation is no lunch. But any problems around the situation is your story about no lunch. Do you understand? See, no lunch means no lunch. That's all. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just no lunch. It's just you're not eating at this space and time. You understand? Yes. But the reaction and how you feel about it and whether you're upset about it or okay with it is totally your story. Yes or yes? If you can understand that in your life, you'll have mastered life, where you recognize that there's nothing going on but you. Okay. And so the key to freedom is to understand that you don't have to believe your story. You don't have to believe your own mind. You don't have to believe your own voice, your own mind chatter. You can simply listen to it, and when it's not empowering you, simply say what? Thank you for, and then take the necessary action towards your goals or your vision. And one of the biggest mistakes most people make is waiting for the feeling of fear and the anxiety and the mental chatter to subside before they act. And these people usually wait for what? Forever. The true warrior can tame the cobra of fear. What's the key word? It doesn't say kill the cobra. It doesn't say run away from the cobra. It doesn't say get rid of the cobra. It says what? Tame the cobra of fear. It is not necessary to get rid of fear in order to succeed. Fear is part of the game. And don't count. Someone was saying that they want the voice to go away. Forget about it. It doesn't go away. You're hardwired. The only distinction is, what's the temperature going to be before it reacts again? You get it? It's only a question of levels here. So let's say your voice can be quiet at a certain level. All that means when your voice is quiet is you're back in your comfort zone. The moment you leave your comfort zone, your voice will do its job. Thank goodness for that. But then you have to watch and say, is this really empowering me now or not? See, when you're going to fall out an 80-floor window, it's good that your voice comes up and says, look out. Yes? But pretty well everything else, you don't need it. But it's still going to do the same screaming reaction no matter what's in front of you. Yes or yes? All right.